Welcome to Municipal Elections Medicine Hat 2025. My name is Wesley Pratt, and joining me today is Mark Fisher, who's throwing his hat into the ring as candidate for mayor of our city going forward. Welcome, Mark, and thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
We're going to have a few questions shared back and forth today to give folks an opportunity to learn more about Mark Fisher. So again, thank you so much. So first, starting right off, tell us what led your path to politics. How did you make a decision to do this?
It's been an interesting one. For years, I've always said, I'd like to run for mayor one day. And we were sitting around and a bunch of my friends said, I think this is the time. And so I said, okay, I put my name in and here we are seeing what we can do.
Good for you. What research or real world business experience do you bring to the table? Have you had any public or nonprofit board experiences or?
I currently sit on the board with Lacrosse Medicine Hat. I'm the tournament director for that. I've owned my own business for 10 years. We shut that down about a year and a half ago, 2 years. And so I understand the bookkeeping and running budgets and things like that. So that'd be my real world experience for this type of thing.
Have you had any experience with municipal government or any of that stuff before?
I have not. Okay. This is a totally new learning experience for me and something that I'm excited to hopefully get to learn.
Very good. As you go around doing your campaigning, what are the three top issues you're hearing from your from the electorate, from the citizens of Medicine Hat?
Definitely taxes would be number one. You hear a lot about the utilities and where we're heading with that. And the next thing would be economic growth, for sure, would be the top three.
Okay. Would it be possible to identify the single most important thing you're hearing, or?
Not really. I've been trying to talk to so many people, and each person obviously has their own opinion on which one is most important. So I'd say overall, those three are very close. I probably couldn't pick one.
Okay. This is a topic that most candidates are saying, I won't raise taxes, or at the very least, I'll freeze them. Recognizing that they're an essential part of funding the things that we need to get done in this city, how would you think you could work with less money if they did that?
Personally, I feel right now there's no way to lower taxes. To try and stabilize tax and the increases I think should be our first step. Instead of 5% increases, maybe we can lower that to 1% increases every year. You still have to maintain your city. You have to move forward in building, and without tax money, you just can't do that.
That's good understanding. What do you believe is the role and purpose of you as mayor and your fellow potentially council members?
We have to be the face of the city. We can't hide in City Hall. We have to be out. We have to talk to the people. We have to understand the concerns, the needs. Just being publicly involved, I think, is the utmost important aspect when it comes to municipal governments. And I feel we've got away from that, and we've lost sight of what our city really is and what it can be.
So, what do you feel sets you apart then from other candidates?
Just my ability to talk to people, I feel. I'm very easygoing. I love being out in public. I love meeting new people, doing new things, hence why I'm running, really. Just the people I've met so far has been amazing, and the understanding and learning what their concerns are, because they are different than mine. Mm-hmm. Initially when you put your name in the hat here, you go for a little bit what you feel and what you want. And I'm slowly learning that it is a part of it, but there is definitely much more to it.
So that's something you would do differently, you feel, in your fellow candidates?
Yes.
Do. Recognizing that everyone makes mistakes, either as individuals or as a group, how would you identify that you made a mistake, and how would you ensure accountability for that mistake?
Definitely with municipal government, you're going to know when you make a mistake. People are going to let you know. The biggest thing is you're not going to make everybody happy, but you have to try and make the majority happy. And if you're going to make mistakes along the way, it's part of life. It's how you learn, it's how you grow. And I think with the new setting of council, they have to realize that they're going to make mistakes. But sometimes swinging for the fence and striking out isn't a bad thing. But you just have to own up to it. You move on, you live, you learn, and try and push forward.
Thank you. What does collaboration mean to you?
Collaboration would be working together, working as a community. Again, just making sure everybody's on the same page. Everybody, I feel, with so many candidates running, people want change. So I feel like collaboration, you have to work together. And I feel like a lot of this group is very close and they're already working together. You see it with people putting all these different events together. And I've gone to quite a few, and it's different people all the time, but there's a bunch of them showing up. So to me, that's what collaboration would be.
So how can you sort of describe how you would plan to collaborate with your new colleagues once you're elected?
I would definitely talk to them weekly, if not more. I'd want to sit down. I'd want to talk to them. I'd want them to be out in the public, talking to people, bringing ideas. To have a weekly meeting, it's part of business.
Right.
And it doesn't have to be a big fancy meeting. It could be a quick 15-minute coffee once a week, but you have to meet with every single one of them and just learn what they learned throughout the week.
And would that hold true for city administration, other community partners, the regional municipalities around the area, and provincial and federal governments, the same philosophy?
100%.
Okay. The current city council just voted in favor of a large raise for the salaries of councillors. Given the current local economy and the affordability challenges facing many citizens in the city today who have not seen raises for quite a while, if elected, would you put forward a motion, or would you support a motion to reduce salary for the councillors? If so, why? And if not, why not?
I would support it for sure. I feel as a city, we have to start cleaning up our overspending. And I think it starts with everybody running for council. To make a decent wage for part-time work, I feel it was fair what they were getting paid before. And I think to bring that back to where it was is a show to the citizens that we are here to make a change.
Thank you. If elected, how, as a member of of the council and the mayor directing it potentially, would you make an effort to encourage population and business growth in the city? What efforts would you put forward?
So my biggest thing with my platform is I want to modernize our youth sports area. When you bring in better facilities, 4 sheets of ice for a hockey facility, you can host bigger tournaments. It creates economic growth in the aspect that there's hotels are booked, restaurants are booked. You're just bringing in a different diversity of people. Once you get that here, maybe those people want to stay. Maybe they think, oh, this is a great city. They have all these great new facilities. It's beautiful. And I think that's a big stepping stone to start to grow the city.
Okay. The Medicine Hat United Ratepayers Association and many citizens are asking for an end to the municipal consent and access fee, the MCAF fee, plus other fees that have been tacked onto the utility bills. Can you explain what this fee is and why or why not it should be removed or kept on the bill?
Honestly, I cannot tell you exactly what the fee is for. You see all these fees that come up in provincial, federal stuff, carbon tax, things like that. It's a way to create more profit for your city. Mm-hmm. I would definitely want to have a full review of it and see if there is something we can't do and try to minimize these extra costs. I've never been a big fan of additional costs on things. When you go to an airport and you book your airline ticket, you got the baggage fees, everything like that. Just put it all together. Give me one price so I know my price. I don't have to keep adding everything. And I think, to simplify it like that would be something quite easy to do.
Okay. You've alluded to this already about your feeling about ice rinks and facilities and things, but where would you stand on funding for those recreation centers and the maintenance of existing ones?
My biggest thing is right now, all of our rinks are very old. We've been spending a pile of money to try and upkeep them and everything like that. I think it's time we modernize, build a brand new facility. I know that costs money, it takes time, but that's what we have to go in with, the mindset that we have to come up with a plan that's not going to cost the taxpayers a lot of money, but that we can start moving forward and developing these more modern facilities for our ice, slow pitch, soccer, all these associations. And then we can start looking at closing down some of these older facilities and repurposing them, or whatever, you know, everybody at council decides would be best option for those.
Okay, very good. Not-for-profit organizations and non-profit organizations play a vital role supporting families, seniors, and vulnerable populations in our community. As mayor, how would you support and strengthen the local partnerships with these local nonprofits to ensure they have the resources and the recognition they need to continue to serving the community effectively?
They're definitely a huge part, and you need every single one of them, I believe. You know, mental health and all that is a very big issue nowadays. You look at the food bank, more people are using food banks than ever because of the cost of groceries. So I think as a city, we have to really look after our citizens and our nonprofits and continue to give them the support they need, whether that be meet monthly, bi-monthly, making sure that they are properly funded, working with provincial government as well, making sure that we can support them as much as possible.
Well, that actually led into the second question about advocacy with the provincial and federal governments. So you see that as a key role. Everybody works together to come to a common end, right?
You have to, yep.
Yeah. Halo Ambulance Service is widely recognized as an essential emergency service for our region and for surrounding area. Until recently, it received financial support from the City of Medicine Hat. What is your position on restoring or not restoring that municipal funding?
I'm a huge supporter of Halo. I come from the oil field, and honestly, I think they should be supported in some way from the city. What that financial burden would pertain to, I don't know, but I definitely want to look into it and try to help Halo out as much as possible, whether it's even throwing events and fundraisers and just doing the extra mile for them. But they're a huge part, and I believe we have to keep them.
Thank you. This is a common question for people entering politics these days, but what do you hope to accomplish in the first 100 days?
The first 100 days, honestly, I want to make sure everybody on that council would be working together and we have the common goal. And I want to make sure that the people are telling me what they want to see done right away. All the big plans take more than 4 years even to get accomplished. So in the first 100 days, I really just want to get some plans in place, learn where we can cut the costs and save money, and start moving forward with these bigger projects that I think that our city needs.
Thank you. Why should people vote for you and have confidence that you will have the ability to move Medicine Hat forward in the next 4 years?
Honestly, I'm a blue collar worker. I still work Monday to Friday, some weekends. I have a young family. I coach both my kids hockey, lacrosse, football. To vote for me would be voting for somebody like themselves. I'm not a politician. I'm not a career politician. I don't want to be a career politician. I want to make change in the city that I grew up in. I was born and raised in. My families have owned businesses here. And I just want to continue that trend of trying to make Medicine Hat that beautiful city that I remember growing up in. And I'd like to expand it and definitely watch my kids grow up here and possibly have a family.
Thank you. We've heard a lot about yourself today, and thank you for sharing that. Is there a place where people can go on social media, websites, email that you could share with us so that the people, if they have questions or want more answers or want to talk to you again, can go to?
You betcha. I'm on Facebook page, Mark Fisher for Mayor. You can also email me anytime, markfisherformayor@gmail.com. And feel free to reach out. I've had a few people reach out, and I try to respond to everybody as quickly as possible. Obviously, you get a few more, so it takes a little extra time, but I promise I will get to everybody eventually.
Is there a phone contact, or is just
just those for right now?
Okay.
No phone contact yet.
Yep. Thank you very much.
You betcha. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us today, and thank you, and good luck with your candidacy.
Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Look forward to it. Thank you for joining us today on Municipal Medicine Hat Election 2025.